From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high atop Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's AG Today.
This is Ken Gavin.
Hi, this is Jim Hessler.
This is Dan Casella from the No Pollution of Cowardice South Jersey in the Civil War podcast.
Hi, this is Greg Elder.
Hi, this is Kelly Gormley.
Hi, I'm Nick Bascuzzi, and I'm from Pittsburgh, and I absolutely love addressing Gettysburg with Matt. Listen, he's got the greatest salmon jerky you've ever had in your life.
I love this podcast.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg
Today.
Gettysburg, wow.
Where did this idea come from?
All right. I'm so sick of this song already.
You chose it.
I know. No, I'm sick of it today. I love the song, actually, but I'm sick of it today. And I'm sure everybody else is, too. Okay, so here's the deal. Something has been going on with the audio. It just keeps cutting out. What I'm going to do is... What am I doing? Oh, okay, sorry. Got the feed on. That was me. So what I'm going to do is we've got a recording in the back. If the audio goes out again... We're just going to let the feed run. Maybe it'll come back on. I don't know. But I restarted the computer. I restarted all the hardware. We should be okay. If we're not, then look for the recording tomorrow. I'll upload the recording tomorrow, okay? All right, so everybody chillax, okay? Chillax.
I'm chillax.
All right, Bethany, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. What are you going as today?
I feel like people heard that part.
No, but you never know.
I'm going as, what's a good character? Joan of Arc.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And I can see you were, yes, because she was burned at the stake like witches. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good.
You see what I did there?
6 questions lenses with us as well. Michael, what are you going as?
Stressed out, died exam aspirant who's spookily muttering the order of battle in the corner.
I heard that. Mm-hmm. You are a licensed battlefield or a battlefield guide perspirant at this point, right?
Oh,
so you're so nervous.
So yeah,
right.
You're doing great.
Yeah. Oh, Christmas. Okay, and so.
Well, don't. It's Halloween, man.
You're warm
that's right.
because you have.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, Halloween.
Santa Claus will be here soon enough.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
He will. Actually, he will on December 5th.
That?
I know. It's amazing. We just saw him last year, and now we're going to see him again. And folks, don't forget, have the kids call in to talk to Santy. On December 5th, he'll be here with Mrs. Claus, provided the emphysema doesn't take him and the diabetes doesn't take her. I think they'll be here. I mean, they've been around for hundreds of years. I'm sure they can eke out another one, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. And that's on December 5th. And then also, I think Rebecca Foster is coming, right? Cindy, who do we got slated that day?
Well, we have Rebecca Foster.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Jill Sellers to talk about the
Jill
Christmas
Sellers.
Festival.
Yeah.
And then
I bumped into Jake Shindell the other day, and I was like, you got to come back on again. He's like, I was just talking about that the other day. And I said, why don't you come on the Christmas show? So Christmas show is different.
Shindell.
Yeah, and Jake Shindell. And who the hell else knows I invite along the way. Christmas show is different. We don't have it. We'll have breaks, but it's not segmented like we do here.
Okay.
There's many guests, and it's a constant in and out of, hey, how you doing? Yeah.
So Addressing Gettysburg Christmas special or holiday special.
Holiday special, of course.
Special.
We can't exclude anybody. So it's the holiday extravaganza, and we will be extravagant. I mean, frankly, there's a lot of ermine and silk and pearls and other things that we'll be having to show how extravagant we really are.
I don't remember that part.
It's a new addition to the show.
Oh, I was going to say,
but also,
I didn't get any pearls.
Let's not forget that it is the last weekly AG Today until March. So we're going to start with the once a month in January and February. It'll be the third Thursday of each of those months. The winter lectures will be...
I gotta put them on the calendar.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. The winter lectures are going to be back on our YouTube channel. Those should be dropping every Monday and Tuesday at somewhere after 8 o'clock each of those nights. So make sure you make sure your eyes are peeled for that. Of course, you subscribe to the channel, you click the notification bell, and I think you can customize it. Just put everything.
Yeah.
Because here's why. Even when you put everything, it doesn't tell you everything that we do.
Yeah.
So put everything, and then you have a better chance of getting like a third of the stuff that we put up when we put it up. But again, and I think if JD is still in here, he could attest to this. History channels are being throttled for some reason. To be honest, I have seen grumblings online of people who don't have history channels who are complaining about the same thing that happened to all of us in June. Something with the algorithm, who the hell knows? But anything that you guys can do to help spread the word, which is basically liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Even if you comment, here, if you're watching in the live show right now, I'm going to do it. If you do this, okay, and send, right? That's all you got to do. Just get something going, right? And then, yeah, there it is. JD says history channels are getting hard right now. Sorry. they're getting hit hard. They're getting hit hard right now.
I don't need to know what you're doing. I'm on this side of the table for a reason.
We just love history. What can I say?
That wasn't now.
Oh God, no, yeah, they're getting hit hard, and I don't know. You can get all conspiratorial on about it, but why bother? So, what else? So let's now finally what we wanted to get to, because we want to get to our guest Charlie Fennel. He's on today. He's going to give his advice for people like Michael, the guide license perspirants, and who are really upset and worried and scared and trembling. But you know what's interesting? I happened to find out that Mikey, Mr. Six Questions Lens, is being featured on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. Tell us about it, Mikey. How'd this happen?
All right. Well, I got a random phone call last week.
Okay.
From New York.
Now, how did you get this? How did this person get your number?
That's a very good question.
Yes. You don't know the answer? You don't know the answer.
How I know he found me is he found me on social media, Facebook.
Okay.
He saw that I was a part of a study group for the Licensed Battlefield Guide exam with Debbie and Sidewalk Conditions Jamie. And
right.
And so what he did is he somehow found my number, called me.
Stalked you.
And I found out that, it was from that post that he's like, what's this? There's more to this story. But he got into contact with me. At first, I thought it was a political call because that's time of year.
Yeah, it's that time of the year.
But then when I saw on the voicemail, he left a voicemail and it said the Wall Street Journal. I went, okay.
Wow. And did you think he was trying to sell you a subscription, or?
Yes. Honestly, yes. I'm like, I was going to call back and go, I'm not all that interested. So no, thank you on that one.
Yeah.
Come on, because I look all the white collar.
Well,
yes,
you never know who might want to watch or read the Wall Street Journal.
And you could be a stock. What do they do?
A stalker.
No. Oh. What do you do when trading? Stock trader.
Stock
broker.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know what it's called.
and so he got, onto the idea that there was the National Park Service was holding this exam.
Right.
And so he started doing a story about it.
Right.
Started researching it, found me.
How did he find out about the exam?
That's a good question. Debbie could probably answer that better.
Debbie, jump in over here. Grab that mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had my phone interview with him today.
How'd that go?
I asked him how in the world he came on this topic, because Mike had done a little research and found out this guy's usual thing is white collar crime. we're all like, so how do you end up talking about the license guide exam?
Right.
So basically he said on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, they do these special articles and they're usually more like fluff type stuff, interesting stuff, as opposed to the more business type stuff.
Right. Okay.
So every once in a while, he gets the chance to do one of those instead of what he usually does.
So this is his moment.
Yes. And he said he's a huge fan of the national parks, and he subscribes to some newsletter that comes out like once a month and talks about different things that are going on in the different parks across the country.
Okay.
Well, in August, it happened to mention that Gettysburg was doing the guidance.
I see.
And he went, you have to take a test for that.
Right.
So then he started looking into that. He thought that sounded interesting. Ended up seeing the park's announcement of the date for the exam. Mike had commented on that. That's how he saw Mike, and apparently thought, this is someone I should talk to.
As should everybody think that.
So that's where that happened.
All right. So then, and so what were you talking about then with him?
My motivations for taking the exam.
Okay.
Why I thought it was important. Kind of general questions about what the exam process was. He was kind of shocked that a lot of it is about safety and, driving around in a car. He's like, really? You get behind a wheel and you're driving
someone else's car?
Yeah. And I think generally from the conversation with him, he didn't know this was a thing.
Most people don't.
And so it was amazing to hear him kind of go, really? 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 I said, my analogy was that the exam process is a civil service exam on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And so that's how I explained it to him.
So what's his angle? Just to say, oh, look at this thing that they do here? Or
yeah, I think that's probably what it is. He was also curious about the study group that I was a part of.
Right.
He thought since this is so competitive now that it would be cutthroat.
Mm.
Right? But what I said was not really.
No.
We're helping each other.
Yeah. Because everybody knows the odds are so stacked against them that you really only can work together.
Mm-hmm. And especially going into a group where other people are stronger in some aspects of this than I am, it makes me better in the long run, gives me a better chance of getting through this process. So, and I talked about how great Debbie and Jamie were, and he wanted to talk to them. So I said, okay, I'll just give them your number. And
so is this something that like appears in like the Sunday Wall Street Journal or something? Or is this like a...
Don't know.
Is it when how like the Sunday papers usually have like the
extra stuff?
The extra stuff, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm so proud of you, Mike.
What, Deb?
He said it would be a couple weeks, but that he'd keep us in the loop of when it was being published.
I think now there's like more pressure on you guys to get the license because this article will now, people will know your names. And they're going to want to take tours with you now.
Yeah, way to make them feel better about life.
So, like, no pressure.
No pressure. Thanks there, Matt.
But where my brain went to is maybe this was like his Confederates in the attic situation. And I was the crazy guy.
So you're going to be the guy on the cover.
I think when it comes out, we should get copies of it and have them sign it.
Well, we are going to get copies of it. I'll read it on the show because we want to see how they forget to mention addressing Gettysburg.
Hold up.
Profusely. With every answer to the question, addressing Gettysburg should be in there because if you say it once, he's probably not going to put it in. Where did you get your nickname? What's the answer? Did he ask that?
Yeah. No, I just volunteered that information.
Did you really?
Yeah, I said I got involved in a podcast in Gettysburg called Addressing Gettysburg, run by Matt Callery. And here's how I got my nickname 6 Questions. And I talked about the Ask a Guide episodes. And
actually.
And then,
let me see if my voicemail. Check my voicemail here because there were a few calls I didn't.
Oh, Jesus.
Recognize. So maybe.
Hey, Debbie.
Nope. Chambersburg, Gettysburg, Frederick, Chambersburg, Dad, Mom. Yep. Mannheim. Nope. No New York, but maybe tomorrow. I'll get the call.
Oh my God.
What? You got a call?
I literally just did.
From New York.
Matt. No, I'm not kidding.
Answer it.
I just got a call.
Answer.
It's on voicemail.
Okay, you can answer it now on the iPhones.
No, it's not. They're not on there anymore. No, but Matt.
From New York? We'll play it if it's on voicemail.
It's from my pest control people.
Grant wants to know, rightly so, when is Matt getting a Wall Street Journal article? That's right. No, I'm just busting balls. I'm very happy for you because it is. That's a big paper.
It's huge. It's national.
It's a big paper.
It's international. They mention it in movies.
Right. And it's like fantastic that people get into it for studying. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm just
stop being a jerk.
We're going to do a big expose on people studying.
Matt.
I'm teasing you. You know I had to tease you.
6 questions.
You saw the description. I had to. Oh, you're pulling a Cameron.
I love you.
Pull your pants
on. Well, I mean, there was going to be a full moon one way or the other tonight.
There's a bad moon on the rise. Oh, God.
I love you.
I love when you pulled a Cam there. That was good. Seriously, though, very exciting. When it comes out.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Ow.
Ouch.
No, I just hit my head.
Oh, you said ouch. Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to put some foam on the corners there?
Please.
All right. Very good. No, but when it comes out, of course, we'll all see it and we'll read it on the show.
Yeah.
And maybe we can have Jamie come in. And is it just the 3 of you?
In the study group, yeah.
Yeah, for the study group. He contacted Fred Hawthorne for the guide side of it.
Right. So the 3 of you, we could have you guys come in if you're all 3 quoted, and then we can do it like a play, and you can read your own quotes. And I'll play the narrator.
And she said,
Yeah, right.
I have to give all due respect to addressing Gettysburg,
said Jones.
It really is what brought us all together and the reason why any of us know each other,
she said.
Wow, are you sure you weren't bumping my phone there?
Yeah, right. It's what you should have said. But I don't know if you did. No, I'm just busting balls. Of course, I'm just teasing, You hot?
No,
What's wrong? Let's get it. Can you stand up and show everybody? Can we go to the overhead camera and show everybody your full costume with the hat and everything? Because, it really is nice. Look at this. There she is, the Wicked Witch of Gettysburg. But she's not, though, ladies and gentlemen. She's the good witch.
I love that she's barefoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm barefoot.
She's the hippie witch.
Yeah.
The hippie witch.
I had Dad taking me around to hand out monsters for tomorrow, and he has a scent thing in his car, and I'm having an allergic reaction.
Oh, really? Like what? One of those pine trees?
Yeah.
I hate those things.
It's all like.
Is it pine flavored?
I thought he had cologne on, and Dad doesn't wear cologne, so I said, "What are you doing wearing cologne?
Is it like one of those?
Trying to kill me?
Is one of those fragrances?
Oh, my hat fell off.
Oh, you didn't know that? I thought you took it off because you were hot.
Oh no.
Yeah, James D says we couldn't have done it without Matt Calorie. Yeah, something like that. We'll see. We'll see, James. We'll see if that ends up being the thing. So when he said a couple weeks, is it? He didn't give you a date or anything
firm
like
date
that.
on that one. No.
Is he going to send you the link or?
Yeah,
just
he's going to keep us
okay.
posted on it, and he's been doing follow-up questions throughout the week.
Well, when you do get the link, send it to me so I can include it in that week's show, and we'll do it. Hopefully, it's before December 5th.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to be on this side of people asking me the questions rather than me asking the questions. So
I know what you mean. I enjoy it, actually. I was on another podcast the other day called the Three Guys Podcast. It's the second time I've been on it. And I like it because they're not history guys. Mm-hmm. So we just kind of talk. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's nice to be on the other side of the table every once in a while.
Yeah. That's my analysis.
That's mine too.
See,
well done, guys.
Yeah,
great
exactly.
story.
Thank you.
loving it so much. Oh, I'm gonna start losing my voice.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. We are so discombobulated tonight. We're so behind on things. Mike, thank you very much. Debbie, thank you very much for your 2 cents in the whole story there. We're very proud of you. Very excited. Very excited that one of our own, 2 of our own, 3 of our own, right?
Yes.
Have made it into the Wall Street Journal. And this is good for Gettysburg. This is good for everybody.
I'm
this
sure
is very
Jamie
good.
was thrilled. And she hates giving interviews.
And we're not being charged for a white-collar crime. So look at that.
Wow, that's fantastic. All right, listen, I got a question for everybody at home. Do you know who this
Muffin
is?
Man?
Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Do you know who this is?
Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. Yeah, you didn't have to run. I never thought of that. There you go. Well, you can't see it because it's too small. Oh my God.
Did anybody have a guess?
Gregory Peck.
So close. So close. Do you have a guess?
Santa Claus is.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Santa Claus is eccentric uncle.
You want to try that again?
Too many syllables.
Santa Claus is
Probably the best singer we've had on this entire show.
Probably the best singer we have had on this entire show. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Do you need some Benadryl?
I don't know.
I'm so concerned. It's like
Do we need to send somebody to Rite Aid?
I don't know.
To the emergency room?
We'll talk during the break. Charlie Fennel is our guest, ladies and gentlemen. That's who that was, singing Hello Dolly and laughing and having a good time. And if you're taking a guide exam, if you're one of the perspirants just like Mike, you want to hear this. We'll be right back after these words.
Aren't you glad you used Dial? We are too. We'll be right back.
The Gettysburg Museum of History, located right here in the center of Gettysburg, PA. Owner and curator Eric Dorr grew up here and has spent his life collecting and preserving history through artifacts ranging from the Civil War, the Battle of Gettysburg, World War II, presidential items, pop culture, and more. His museum is free and open to visitors Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 5 p.m., where you can stop by and immerse yourself in some of the most amazing artifacts that you would never believe exist in the middle of Gettysburg. If you're a fan of Band of Brothers and Everything Easy Company, you'll love his exhibit featuring the Dick Winters collection and artifacts from D-Day. You can even own your own piece of history by buying one of the many relics they have for sale in the museum and on the website GettysburgMuseumofHistory.com. The Gettysburg Museum of History is a non-profit 501c3 organization with a foundation that allows all purchases and donations to keep the museum operating and open free of charge. They have been featured on the History Channel, the Travel Channel, the Smithsonian Channel, and the Science Channel. Now you can check them out on American Artifact, the series on the YouTube channel, The History Underground. So that's the Gettysburg Museum of History at 219 Baltimore Street or the GettysburgMuseumofHistory.com.
Make fun of Clarion, you know.
Yeah. we do that often.
All right, we're back.
We're back? Oh, that's fascinating. Well, then let's do this. This segment is brought to you by our Patreon channel, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know that there are almost 300 episodes, audio shows over there, and of almost 100. Actually, by now there's more, over 300 and over 100 audio and video shows over there. And did you know, Charlie, did you know this? That several respectable licensed Battlefield guides are patrons, are subscribers to our Patreon channel. But they've asked to remain anonymous so as not to ruin their reputations. Patreon now allows a 7-day free trial if you're not sure you want to join, and it allows you to purchase individual episodes if you don't want to become a full-fledged member, although it is cheaper to become a member. Monthly and annual subscriptions available, and did you know that that 908 out of 909 college sophomores agree that you can't say you're fully prepared for the guide exam without having consumed all of our Patreon content? Guys, they're college sophomores. Watch the news. They know what they're talking about, okay? Go to patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg and join us today. Now, on to our guest, Charlie Fennel. Charlie Fennel is here. He is, a legendary licensed Battlefield guide. Of course, everybody loves it when he comes on the show. He's one of the, we have many fan favorites. Charlie Charlie was probably the first fan favorite, I think. He was.
Really?
He was the first. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is your throat closing up? Do we have to? Do I have to
Maybe.
get an EpiPen or something?
I don't know. We'll find out. Just keep talking.
Are you putting this on?
No.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you sound like Marge Simpson.
It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, Debbie went out to get Benadryl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have any EMTs in the audience who can come in here?
Yeah, we're fine.
You sure? I mean, your face is okay. You don't look red. You don't look like you're swelling. So
Yeah, we're good.
all right, good.
Okay.
Fantastic. Back to Charlie.
Ready to go, man. I don't think we'll have to worry about her falling asleep.
No, I don't think so either. Charlie Fennel.
Yep.
Fan favorite. All right, Charlie.
Yes.
The guide exam is coming up. People are nervous. Very scared, very nervous, psyching themselves out.
Yeah, the
I see
suicide
it.
rate is up.
It is up, right? Or it will be. It's I don't know. I've never taken it. I am taking it this December, but I'm not psyching myself up. I'm taking it in stride. One step at a time, right? I'm going to take the test, the written. If I can even get past that, then I'll worry about everything else, right? But everybody's so certain that they're going to pass the written and go on to the next, not just get a good grade, but actually get selected to go on.
Okay.
Okay. And then make it all the way to the license itself. I'm not so sure. I'm not about myself, and because it is such a hard thing, and I think I'm a little spoiled in that I've talked to you about it a million times. There's so many guys who've been on the show, and we've talked about it for years, and so I hear everybody's take, everybody's experience, everybody's advice, and everything, and it sounds to me like I mean, there are guys. How did you pass it right away and get your license like first time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're not a good example of what I'm about to say.
I'm not a good example for anything. Really.
That's true. That's true. No, but there's some guides who I've talked to who failed it the first time,
sure,
and then took it the next time and finally got it right. And but they got it is the point.
Right.
And I wonder if the fact that we've waited so long for since the last test, 7 years, is just longer than everybody's used to mentally, at least, right? I wonder if that has made it to be a bigger deal in people's head, because it's like, I got to get it now. I'm 7 years delayed on this thing, right? What are your thoughts about everything I just said? If you can make sense of what I just said, and pull that mic closer to your mouth, please.
Oh, okay. You mean the delay?
Yeah.
Well, it's not as big as it was from 1929 to 1951.
So that was the longest delay they had?
As far as I know.
Okay.
It's before my time.
A little bit.
Yes. Just a little bit. But I think the anticipation was heightened by the absence of a test. They were giving them about every 2 years before that. So if you missed, just 2 more years down the road, you could take it again.
Right.
I think the fear is that, they'll give this test and then it'll be 7 more years before the next one.
Yeah, no, and rightfully so. I mean, because nobody expected it to be this long, you know. I know it was never an official thing, but it seemed like in at least my lifetime, or at least the time that I started coming here from like the 90s, it seems to have been given somewhere around every other year.
Yes.
But that just kind of was the way it was for a period of time, not because they say we give this every other year, right?
Right.
Yeah. So now, though, we might find that they might not need it. Maybe everybody that... no, not everybody. We don't need everybody. But anyway, what would your advice be to someone who is taking the exam on December 7th? Give me 5 kernels of good advice.
I think the best advice is drink heavily.
Charlie.
I love Charlie. Charlie's advice is that's just my kind of advice.
That is not good advice.
I think the
sure?
It comes from that relax.
Relax.
Yeah, relax. Don't get too stressed out because when you do, your mind blocks information. So just try and relax. Try and think of it as maybe a learning experience or a fun experience even.
See, I'm trying to look at it as fun.
Right.
It's like a challenge for me to see what I know.
Right.
I mean, I want to go as far as I can. I'm not just taking it to see what I know.
Right.
But for this stage, that's what I'm thinking. I just want to see what I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to go out there and just take the test. Relax. If you don't know the answer, make one up. It might be right.
Right.
Just don't leave it blank.
Would you say that one?
Can you say anything?
I don't know. Yes, Bethany.
Go ahead, Beth.
Would you say that people from Clarion have a higher chance of passing the test?
I'd say it's 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's only one person from Clarion ever took the test, and he passed.
And that's you.
It's 100%. I'm from Clarion.
Yeah.
There's two. So I'm in the room with two Clarionians.
From Clarion.
Clarionites.
I never thought I would
Golden Eagles.
Yeah. Is that what you got? Is that the high school?
No, he went to the college.
I went to the college, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there's a college there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't
a lot
grow
of
up
people
there.
do. I did grow up there.
Even the people that go to the college.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't grow up there.
No.
You grew up in Maryland.
I grew up in Ford City, just north of Pittsburgh. So just south of Clarion.
Why did I always
So
get
close.
They're so close.
Yes. Stop it.
I was that close. So I would say relax.
Okay, relax is one piece of advice.
Right. Yeah.
Now, if someone when I first moved here in 2018, I was planning, I was expecting it to be given in 2019.
Sure.
And I said, all right, I'll start this podcast and I'll start, getting back into this and studying, and then I got enough time. And then they said, no, next year. And then I was like, okay. And then I stopped worrying about it. And then I just kept doing the show. And somehow all this information has come in, right?
Right.
But then I realized I forgot most of it already because, people tell me about a show I did and I don't even remember talking about that topic. And I'm like, okay, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, I could have said in June, okay, I really got to buckle down and start studying. But then I'd be putting pressure on myself.
Sure.
And I wouldn't retain anything. I know myself enough, right? This isn't the way for everybody. Some people are good under pressure.
Sure.
I am under pressure when I have to create something. If I have to remember something, I'm not good under pressure, right? I've got to take my time. So someone, though, who's like really recently starting to cram, let's say September, maybe August or July or June or whatever, but like in the last 6 months of the year,
right,
they're starting to really cram. I mean, everybody's different, but overall, generally speaking, good advice, bad advice.
Okay. Don't read too much.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Would you say just join our Patreon and listen?
Well, that would help.
Yes, that would help.
That would help.
Charlie Fennel said that. I got to mark that.
You want to read Coddington, of course. That's still the Bible, I guess, on that. I would read Fonz's books. But other than that, the more you read, the more confused you get.
Yeah.
The old saying is, you read one book, you're an expert. You read two, you're an idiot. So I don't know what happens when you read three, but so
you're a vegetable.
I would try and just keep the information simple.
I read this really good book about Culp's Hill, written by this guy named Charlie Fennel.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You've got to be putting that voice
No.
now. Are you really?
No. This is what I got right now.
Wow. Is this distracting you, Charlie?
I don't know. I wonder what's in the cup.
It's tea.
Give her some of that
tea.
wine that's back there, Cindy.
Bring up another one, man. Yeah. Okay.
The pitchfork? That'll continue to happen.
I think one of the main problems you're going to have is managing the information. There's so much out there. They had when I took the test, and a lot of that stuff wasn't available. So it was easier to study because there was less to study.
Right.
So you gotta figure out what books are good, which ones are peripheral that you really don't need to know stuff in them. I know that's hard to say because you're under the assumption that anything's valid. Any piece of information can be targeted, so to speak. But all you got to remember is you just got to be smarter than the person writing the test. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's more than one person writing the test.
Well, yeah, that's the problem, and each one has a certain focus, shall we say, that they want. I wouldn't get too detailed. You don't need to know the company commanders of the 20th Maine, for example.
Right.
You don't need to know that at all. But I just do Coddington. I do the Fonz books. They have some detail in there. I would go through the museum. That'd be my third piece of advice. I said, just walk through and read what they got in the museum.
Yeah.
Because it's in there for a reason. And keep in mind that the test is not just about Gettysburg.
Yeah. So, right. So that, because you've got to put Gettysburg in the context of the war.
Right.
And the National Park Service is administering the test. It's their test.
It is.
Yeah.
It's their license.
That's right.
And the National Park Service, correct me if I'm wrong, is in control of the narrative in the gallery at the museum. Is that right?
I would believe so, yes.
So then maybe it would behoove us to go through there and really get familiar with what they want us to say.
Just walk through and read. They got the little videos in there and stuff. I mean, it covers the causes of the war, which is a valid target for the test. It covers, the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big stress points, at least when I took the test, is just how many people were here. We still don't know. Okay, but the museum has a number. So if you put that number on the test and they mark it wrong, it's in your museum.
Right.
So I would go with that. I mean, you could use the little handout, the map handout that they give you, but I don't think they have the numbers on it.
No.
They don't anymore.
No.
They don't know either.
No, and I recently... we're coming back.
Coming back. Okay, good.
Coming back. That's good.
Yeah. I recently noticed that...
she forgot
it. The number at the beginning of the museum is different than what Chris Quinn said to me the other day.
Okay.
So
what did he say? Well, what does it say in the museum, and what did Chris say?
I think it says 620,000 people died during the course of the war,
right.
And I think he said to me 700.
Oh, like the new number I keep hearing is 750.
750.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came
and
out
I mean, that changes.
Sure.
It's going to change constantly.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I think they used census records to find out that it was usually 622, that was too low. And so 750 is now the new normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Well, and then that makes a lot of sense, though, because, there's the army deaths, but it's a war.
That's right.
Like, I'm not even talking civilian deaths in towns around where these battles took place. I'm talking like guerrilla fighting,
right.
Or, just like partisan stuff that there's not records of per se. Real quick though, folks, everybody's commenting on how the picture is frozen. That's an internet thing. I can't control that. So we're just going to keep on going. As long as the audio is good, then, sit back, relax. We were all frozen in a good pose.
That's right.
So it's fine.
Are we sure?
I hope so.
Well, you're not in a good pose. It looks like you're picking your nose, but everybody else looks good. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, we're recording this, and tomorrow the full motion video will be available. Okay, so, all right, I like that one. That's a good one to go into the museum.
Right.
And I think that's something that I've heard other guides say is, that this is the Park Service's test.
It is.
And I think you might have said this a couple of years ago when we were talking about it. He goes, well, what does the park's website say?
Yeah.
I forget what we were asking.
Right.
But it was, and he goes, I would go by that because that's what they're going to add. If that question comes up on the test,
yes,
that's the number they're looking for.
Exactly.
So go by what they say. Forget about the latest book that you read that claims that they have new numbers.
Right.
Unless the question says, according to such and such, how many people.
Yeah.
What does the Park Service say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they talk at all about Eisenhower? Since it's
I've seen the test. I haven't seen anything about Eisenhower. Now I didn't see the last one.
Okay.
It's mostly about the Civil War, and Ike missed it by just a few minutes. He was born in 1890.
Okay.
Okay, so the farm was, if they're going to use it, it'll be the Beesecker farm.
Okay.
But Eisenhower is probably not on the board.
Okay. I just didn't know because, Sister Parks.
Right. I would know the basics, when he bought the farm, when he rented his place of residence, when he died there, that kind of stuff might show up. But I don't know of any tests where Eisenhower was a question.
Well, that's that's something I've always wondered about.
Yeah.
Can you, because you're licensed by Gettysburg National Military Park to do tours in Gettysburg National Military Park, not the Eisenhower.
Right.
But can a licensed battlefield guide take someone to the Eisenhower and show them around? Or does that have to be with a ranger?
Well, it depends. Officially, you can take people down there and show them. I had a tour the other day. They went to see the place. I just drove them down, and here it is.
Well, you actually went on the grounds?
Yeah, you can drive down.
Yeah. Okay, so did you get out of the car? Yeah. Well, I know, but did you get out of the car and say, here's the...
They just wanted to see it, so we just drove around.
Okay, well, that's different, yeah. Right.
I'm not interpreting it.
Right.
Unless, if I do, it's going to be Civil War related.
Okay.
Like Hood's division marching across the property, that kind of stuff.
So, so it wouldn't be that you wouldn't be talking about Eisenhower.
No. Unless I'm specifically asked. I mean, some people will ask you about Eisenhower.
But I guess what I'm saying is the Ike story and the Ike farm within the expectations of what a guide should do with his license? Like, obviously, if you're going down by the Longstreet Tower and you say that's Eisenhower's farm and you rattle off a couple of basic, trivial facts, that's one thing. But if I say, oh, can you take us there and show us around, would the Park Service not like that? Or how does that work?
Well, it probably wouldn't. I mean, our license is for the battlefield and the Civil War.
Right.
There is some question whether we have the right to take people in the cemetery now and show them the cemetery.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They want to bring us across the board on all national cemeteries, and most of them don't have guides taking people in. Okay, so...
so they want you to be
But it is part of the battlefield. There's cannons sitting in the cemetery.
Yeah, right. Well, that's a good point. So, could you bring people in to do battle interpretation, but not cemetery interpretation?
I mean, it's a fine line. If they want to see the cemetery, I take them in. I mean,
but, yeah, of course. But how do you, if I'm taking a tour and you take me into a cemetery to show me what is it, Taft's Battery is up there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I got that. Yeah. And I want to see Taft's Battery, and you take me in there and I go, well, what about those graves over there? And then you say, oh, I can't tell you.
Well, that's when if they ask the question, you can answer it.
Oh, that you can.
Yeah.
But so it's not, I'm not sitting on a corner saying, hi, I'm Charlie Fennel. I'm going to take you on a tour of the National Cemetery.
Come on.
That you can't do.
I'm concerned that you're sitting on a corner saying you're Charlie Fennel.
I mean, he kind of looked like me there with that wig on. He was going to
younger Charlie Fennel.
Younger Charlie Fennel.
How long have you been a guide for?
That's my 39th year.
39 years. Yeah. Almost 40. Almost as old as I am.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of yourself when you started?
I have some that are pretty close to when I started. Why, you want to see one?
Yeah.
You have them on you?
Huh?
Do you have them with you?
No, I don't carry those around.
I was like, wow.
Hey, look at me when I was younger. What do you think?
I really would love you to bring that to Rob.
Okay. I'll see if I find one for you.
That's funny.
I was thinner.
Well, we all were, yeah.
But anyway, so I would definitely go see the cemetery. Another recommendation I would have would be to drive the battlefield if you have the time. I mean, if you live around here, get out there and take a drive and look at the monuments. One of the things that helped me with the order of battle for the Union Army, I mean, the Confederate Army's out there, but the Union Army, the monuments are kind of in brigade order and division order.
Right.
So if you can visualize the monuments, I mean, if you get stuck for a regiment in somebody's brigade, but you can pull up the picture of the battlefield where that brigade fought. Oh, that's one of them right there.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't ignore the battlefield. Now, you don't have to know every monument, obviously, but I mean, the regimentals and where they are, I think is important in a sense to help you, with the order of battle. I used to play war games.
Yeah.
And that helped me with the order.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. I got
computer games or board games?
Tabletop, Avalon Hill.
Oh, yeah. I got
old board games. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, my wife's already thrown me out of the house. I think I got 500 of them.
We'll talk later. I have an idea for an event.
Okay, very good. Okay. Yeah, so I mean,
you hear how nervous he is with that voice of yours. He's like, okay, just leave me alone.
I just want to wear a hat. That's all.
You want to wear this?
Let him wear your hat.
That's all right.
Oh no,
it'll make me look taller.
No, I used to.
So the battlefield is a resource.
Oh yeah, I used to play Sid Meier's Gettysburg, which is a computer game,
Sure.
and then Recently, there was a game called Scourge of War, or Gettysburg, Scourge of War.
Right.
Oh.
And both of those are very good for Order of Battle.
Sure.
Is it
very good.
That's a computer
Those
game?
are both computer games. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Very good for that. And it also, if you play it historical, where they put them where they fought,
right,
that also helps you associate with that particular spot.
You don't want to do the what ifs.
Yeah, no. Keep it to the historical.
Yeah, you got to do what is.
Yeah, right.
Not the what
was.
See, that's one of the problems with war games, though.
Oh yeah, sure is.
Is that a lot of times, like, people get like, well, the last time I did this, I rolled a 10, and my unit won, and so therefore they move forward. When that never happened in real life. This is getting really annoying just talking like.
No, we love it.
We love it.
Yeah.
You seem more mysterious.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my Elvira voice.
There you
this
go.
is Elvira after 20 packs of cigarettes.
No, yeah, I was gonna say this is Elvira after now.
Yeah. So that's something
Matthew.
you need to do. Yeah.
No, I was gonna make talking like that, but yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah. You never know. Okay, so what? 39 years you've been in guide.
Yes.
You mentioned Coddington before.
Yes.
And there's been probably since then 50,000 books written about the Battle of Gettysburg.
Right.
Maybe not since then, but a lot.
There's
right?
a lot. You're right.
But you're still going back. That was what, 1952 that was written?
It was in the 60s.
60s.
Yeah, 68, 67, I think.
Okay, so 1960s.
Yeah.
That's quite a while ago.
It is. Yeah.
And but it still holds up.
Yes.
Okay. Some of the people are always talking about numbers.
Right.
Right. Some of the numbers in there, we use different numbers now.
Sure.
Right. What aside from that, is there anything in there that doesn't hold up that we know to be different now, or we know, maybe how about, do we know more about?
We know more about. I mean, he didn't get into too many regimental confrontations. It was more of a higher level.
It's a study in command.
Study in command.
Yeah.
And I mean, those command decisions remain valid today. And the way he presented them. Some people have gone into more detail, but once again, detail can be your Achilles heel on taking a test. If you get bogged down, can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah,
that'll be a problem. You need to keep the big picture, and that's what Coddington gives you. He gives you a framework on which other things can be attached.
So gotcha. Yeah. You're an educator.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what you were doing when you took the guide test? You
educating? Yes, I was. Yeah. I was teaching at West Virginia University.
So, right. Okay. So you're a professor, we would say?
Yeah.
Professor Fennell?
Yes.
Doctor. He's a doctor.
Dr. Professor Fennell?
Let's not get carried away now. My door isn't that big.
Dr. Professor Fennell, Esquire.
Okay.
So you, as an educator, what am I trying to say? It must have been a little easier, maybe, for you being in a bit. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say here?
That he had skills, like study skills. And
study skills, that stuff too there. But
it took me 21 years to get out of college. I don't know how my study skills were, how good they were.
What year are we in here? It's taking me, it's taking me 22 to go back. I'm still in my year off. So I get it.
On summer break.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
So he's on his Rumspringa.
That's right. I still haven't decided what I want to do yet.
Yeah. Okay.
No, so
you want to take the guide exam?
I'm going to take the guide exam. That's what I was waiting. That's why I left college.
Okay.
I said, you know what? This is for the birds. I'm going for the guide exam.
There you go.
In 23 years.
There you are.
Okay, no, but what I'm trying to ask is, this a guide.
Okay.
Do you see guides as more of as educators more than someone who's leading you around a geographic space, pointing to something and saying this is what happened there? Like, in other words, does having an educator's mind and heart make it easier for someone to do what a guide needs to do?
Well, I think it does when you're in a car with people.
Yeah.
You know how to present information. You know how to be, succinct, and you don't stray from the topic too often, as guys have a tendency to do, even if you are an educator.
Right. Right. You get into something.
I think that's more of an asset when you get to the oral exam. I don't think it's that big of an asset when you're studying for a written test. Although educators have a lot more experience taking written tests. Than people working at McDonald's or someplace like that. But,
so when we get to the written and we're at the essay portion.
Okay, sure.
Okay. What is your advice? Because you assign essays, I'm sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you've got to read them to grade them.
Yes.
And I'm sure there are some that just make you want to just, ball your fists and throw them through the wall. And then there's other ones who are like, oh, this is a well-written essay. What is a well-written essay? How should people format an essay?
Okay.
Because I remember writing them in school,
yes,
but they never told us how to write them.
No, they didn't know either.
Exactly.
What you do is you tell them what you're going to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you tell them, and then you tell them what you told them.
So
that's what you do.
I'm going to tell you about the 20th Maine.
Yes, and then you
20th Maine fought blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
In conclusion, the 20th Maine did all the stuff that I just told you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you have an
one page,
introduction,
3 paragraphs,
body, and a conclusion.
Right. How many paragraphs? Multiple.
Well, it depends on what you know and what you don't know. The less you know, the more you write.
How many sides of it? That's true. Yes. If you know what you're talking about, you get right to it.
Keep it right down to points. But it doesn't. It's some essays would definitely demand more ink than others because the topic would be broader, than other topics. So it depends. You have to answer the question. Whatever the essay's asking, what's the significance of the Wilmot Proviso? No, that was on one of the guide exams.
Yeah.
And, you have to have a 4-hour tour to bring in the Wilmot Proviso.
Right,
I mean, it's a 2-hour tour you don't have time for.
Right.
But be that as it may, I mean, this is what you get. I mean, that would be a fairly succinct essay rather than having one that says, discuss the political and economic implications of the Compromise of 1850, for example. So it depends on what the topic is how long the essay has to be. I always found that the longer the essay, the less they know.
Yeah.
But for the guide exam though, they're not going to read a 3-page essay.
I don't know. I never graded one.
But I would imagine that they wouldn't waste.
There's 158 tests.
Exactly.
Coming in.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't think they're
going
down
to the steps. The ones that make it all the way down are A's, right?
That's a great way to do it.
Oh yeah. I have some nice steps at my Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw them down the steps.
They call that stairwell H. That's the.
I don't get the joke, but I love your voice.
It is.
No, stairwell H is the big stairwell in the visitor center.
Oh,
yes, that's
okay.
it. That's
Gotcha,
it. Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There'll be very few get to the bottom of that one. Yeah. But anyway, that's generally what you do. You have to have an organization. I mean, if you're scattering all over the place, people know you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So once you tell yourself, you put down what the basic point is. Restate the question.
Mm-hmm.
Or just restate the question. Your opening sentence.
Give me an example of restating a question. So the question is, what is the significance of the Wilmot Proviso?
Okay.
And then I would say, what do you think the significance?
What do you think? Who's taking the test anyway, right? But you would say, well, the Wilmot Proviso is considered one of the most significant political moments in American history. And then you would go on and tell.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and then you would go on and explain why.
Incorporate the question in the answer.
And then from the above information, you could see how this proviso signaled a change in political alliances that will basically lead to the Civil War.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that would be your conclusion that without the Wilmot Proviso, maybe the Civil War could be avoided.
So
okay. Yeah.
People are replaying this part, memorizing what you just said.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they probably would put the Wilmot Proviso.
You never know.
You never know.
And people are probably
Compromise
terrified.
of 1820s, Noah's Ark principle.
Yeah. See, that's where you lose me. And that's why I am just like, let's see if I can just.
Yeah.
Get somewhere.
Well, hopefully the
over
test will not be a study in Trivial Pursuit, which is what it was becoming.
Okay.
Back in let's say the mid 2000s, it was a Trivial Pursuit test. Fine detail. Put a monument up. What monument's this? Well, what does that do?
Yeah, where they take all the words off.
It's nice that you know what it is, but is that important? How many horses did Lee have? Did he have 5? What are the names? I don't know all 5. I've never had anyone ask me. 39 years.
Right.
How many horses did Lee have? I don't know. He had 5.
And why do you care?
Yeah, what's that have to do with anything?
Well, and then nobody's going to go and stand in front of a monument and block all the details and say, what monument am I in front of? Nobody's going to do that.
That's
the key is to be 3 steps ahead of the people you're giving the tour for, so you can see the monument before they get up.
That's right. That's why you stand in front of the car.
That's right.
Yeah. This is the 16th PA Cavalry.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to be able to read it before they do.
Yeah.
And then make it look like you're reading it behind, like you turn your back to it, but you already looked at it. Yeah, that's what I do all the time.
I think the monuments are important. I think the locations, you need to have a general idea, but that's more for the written or the oral than the written. What you got to focus on is the written. It's a process. And this is one of the things, and this is another thing I suggest. You just focus on this. You got to jump. When I was running hurdles in high school, they said, don't look at the one down there. Look at the one you're jumping. Get over that one
first. Look at what's right in front of you.
Yeah, and so you focus on the written test. Don't worry about the interview. Don't worry about the tour in a car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'll come. If you're lucky, you'll get to experience that.
Right.
We buried the lead there.
We did.
Charlie Fennel just said when I ran hurdles in high school.
Oh. Well, Charlie,
I had a lot of hurdles in my way.
I'm having a hard time imagining you.
He's talking about
with all my heart.
He's talking about math, but science. Those are the hurdles.
I don't see you doing sports.
Oh,
No.
I wasn't very good at anything in high school.
I think it's because I know.
Me neither.
I think it's because I know you're a musician, and that's kind of where your passion lies.
It does, sure.
Yeah.
Often you don't have an athlete and a musician in the same person. Once in a while, you do. Yeah. I knew a few in high school, but for the most part, musicians and athletes don't like each other.
They use different parts of the brain.
They do, and the athletes used to beat up the musicians. So, there was always
I was
that.
fast, so they couldn't catch me.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
But you were a track star.
I wasn't a star, no.
You were okay.
Yeah, I tripped over every hurdle one time or another.
Yeah.
I made sure I covered them all that way.
Good. Yeah. Okay. One more piece of advice. Anything else?
Let's think.
If you have one more.
Day of the exam, I get a good breakfast. Sit around with some of your friends.
Talk about anything other than
talk about what you're going to do when you become a guide or something. I wouldn't stress it out. They're just once again the key once you get in the room is to relax. Now the problem, as I see it, for the testees today is that there's a lot of information. You like that testes? Yeah, you thought I said something else. You got to pay attention here. Okay, I'm trying to tell you something.
I love you so much.
So let's say you try to ruin my thought here.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
But anyway, for those that are taking the exam.
Thank you.
There you go. Those
the
are
test
taking
takers.
Taking the exam. I would say that you just you know it. You go in with that confidence that you know it, and just sit down and take the test. Now the problem I was alluding to, there's 158 people taking the test.
Right.
They're going to hire 158 guys. They aren't putting that many on.
Right.
At least I don't think so.
Right.
Don't quote me. I'll deny.
But that would double the guide force.
Well, yeah, it was more than double the guide force. Maybe out of that 158, we get some guys that want to work.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the point to be made, right?
Yeah.
But the point to be made is the competition is at a different level than it was when I took the test.
How many people were taking it
A
when
little
you took
over
it?
40
Okay.
took the test. Now, this was last century. This was in the almost dark ages,
Right.
you see. And they had given a test. They usually only gave a test when they needed guides.
Mm-hmm.
And guiding interest in the battlefield started to rise in the 70s and 80s, and of course we had the Ken Burns thing there, and so they needed more guides. So they gave a test, and you had to pass with a 75. Everyone that got a 75 passed, and everyone that got a 75 that passed would eventually be given the chance to do an oral exam. It's not like it is now, or at least it was in the past, where, we need 20 guides. We're going to take maybe the top 30. And out of that, we might get 20 guides or 15 guides out of the top 30.
Okay.
See, I was a custer in my class. I had the longest hair. I was a custer. And I was last in my class.
You were the custer.
Yeah, I was. I was
And you were
last
the
in my
last,
class.
yeah.
I was last in the written. I missed one question. I'd be a bartender in some dive in some small town in Florida.
Maybe up in Clarion.
Maybe up in Clarion.
Yeah.
I'd go to the meeting place.
Right.
Yeah, the meeting place. That's where I'd
There
be.
you go, yeah.
So
I'm from Clarion.
there you go. A voice. Oh, I guess the ghosts are out now. It is Halloween. Right. I hear voices.
The mayor was there. He loves making fun of the way I say things.
Oh yeah, that's
Does
okay.
his wife know about
That's
this?
how Charlie and I found out that we had something in common, because I said something one time at an event, and he looked at me and he goes, "Where are you from?"
Really?
And I said Clarion. He goes, "Oh yeah, only people from
I'm
there
from Clarion.
would say
There you
that."
go. That's
More
where I met
people are
my
dying.
wife.
In Clarion?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
More people are dying in horrible ways in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Than in Clarion.
That ain't Clarion.
I'm from Clarion.
Do you want to hear? So Bethany, there's a 1970s sitcom written about our beloved Bethany called Bethany with an exclamation point. The story is this, Charlie. Here's the premise. She moves to Gary, Indiana, okay, to take care of her aunt, played by Charo. Remember her?
I do.
And downstairs is it's a two-family home, and downstairs are the landlords, which are three sisters who live together, played by Jack A. Harry. I forget what was the woman from Give Me a Break? Nell Carter, and I can't remember who the third. Della Reese? No, it was the woman from.
I didn't know them all when you first said them. So
yeah, because you don't know 70s sitcoms. Anyway, the lady from Good Times.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Della Reese. I don't remember who the hell it was. But anyway, right? Okay. So Bethany, it's all about her and how she takes care of everybody. She's only supposed to take care of Aunt Charo.
Yes.
But before long, she's taking care of everybody in the house, and frivolity ensues. And here's the opening theme to that song, or to that show.
Bethany. I could house that loaf.
Houses the loaf, she usually takes
I usually take smaller bites.
Oh my god, my gut hurts.
But when she cracks up, she jokes and snorts. How lucky are we to know a broad like Bethany?
There you
All
go.
of you love me.
Oh my gosh.
We have too much time on our hands here.
Really, just one.
Well, I do have. I have too much time on my hands. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I did.
I work for the
So
foundation.
yeah, I just
There's
like
no
to
time.
wish everyone taking a test good luck. Never hurts to have luck.
Doesn't hurt to have luck and good advice. And I think you gave us some pretty good advice there,
thank you.
especially the part about going into the museum.
Yeah.
That is pretty good advice.
Yeah.
You got to go to the museum,
You do.
right?
I would.
I would too. I will again and more.
Charlie, I love you.
Well, thank you.
Yes, we do love Charlie Fennel.
He's one of my favorite humans.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
you,
having
Charlie.
me. Thank you.
You're very
Nice seeing you,
welcome.
Yeah.
Bethany.
How's your wife doing?
She's doing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a sweethart too.
You just want to catch up?
Look how cute he is.
I know, he's adorable.
I got a hat on.
Yeah, I know.
I look younger with a hat.
Did you go to West Point?
No, my son did.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
He also plays an instrument, doesn't he?
Yeah, he played trumpet.
Trumpet. And you play trombone.
I do.
And what's the band that you play in?
Well, I play in the lyric band of Hanover and the Hanover Symphony Orchestra.
There you go. So if
You
you're
just
ever
missed the concert.
Oh yeah,
It was last weekend.
I went to one last year. I sat in the back so that I could
heckle
'cause
Charlie.
Ben Hansford.
Oh, yes, Ben, sure. Yeah, he plays too.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing in the spring.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
coming back.
Good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he plays viola.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Charlie, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Charlie. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after these words.
Craving a Hot Pocket or a bag of popcorn? Now's the time to go and get it. We'll be right back.
When you're dragging ass out of bed, the hairs must up on your head. You picture the 20th May, and you're happy once again. Fight the battle against being slow with Little Brown Top Row.
The Little Ground Top blend from Bantam Roasters, nestled in the historic town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, is a well-crafted coffee that showcases a beautiful blend of flavors. The combination of cacao, wildflowers, and toasted sugar creates a nuanced cup of coffee that is both intriguing and satisfying. Might actually help Bethany and her throat problems tonight. It's a great choice for those who appreciate a complex profile with a touch of sweetness and floral elegance, whether you're a seasoned coffee drinker or just looking to elevate your morning routine. This blend is sure to impress. Whether you're near or far, let Bantam Roasters bring the taste of Gettysburg to you. To you. Why would you want to be a cheerleader, Steve Martin? This makes you look bad as a mother. No. It's a line from the movie. The Jiminy Glick and Lala. Okay, never mind. No, come on. Go to addressinggettysburg.com/cafe or head over to Bantam Roasters next time you're in town. I'm telling you, they can't keep them on the shelves, and there's a reason why. Oh, let me read you something that somebody, now that this has everything to do with what we're talking about right here. Let me just pull it up.
Oh, man.
Last week, I got a text message from our friend Ricky Fowler out in the Pittsburgh area, and he said, and this is a quote, he wrote, "I don't know what magic Matt has created with Little Ground Top, but it's elite. My Dunkin' tastes like dirt." And I said, "Who said that?" And he said, "My wife, my beloved, my bride, my lover." And I was like, all right, enough with the corny, romance novel words, but that's what she said. And she meant it, because it's true. Address at gettysburg.com/cafe. Bantam Roasters. Get it now at addressinggettysburg.com/cafe. Or go to Bantam Roasters next time you're in town. Or both.
Gettysburg's first and premier podcast about living in and visiting Gettysburg has returned from that long commercial break. Thanks for sticking around. Here's Matt.
Did you say you have thalidomide in your throat?
No, it's just like filling my throat.
Let me see. Come here. Tilt your head down. Oh my God, it's a big phlegm ball in the back of your throat.
Do you see my huge tonsils?
I can see your tonsils and your U-balls hanging out there, and it's getting scary looking. Seriously. You got a dangling participle in the back of your throat.
Do you have these allergic attacks? Is that a thing?
With scent.
Yeah, me too. Not with the throat though. My nose goes crazy.
It like drains down the back of my throat.
Oh.
Causes this to happen.
Yeah.
So this
and
is
those are
real.
Very strong. The ones from Mod.
that you were talking
Yeah.
about. They're very strong.
And then there's Maud.
I
Maud.
texted Dad because I seriously thought he was wearing cologne, which he never wears.
Oh, they're so strong.
And so I said, I love you with all my heart, but please, you need to stop wearing this cologne. He said, it's the air freshener. And I said, well, it's killing me. But he didn't remove it.
Yeah, they're very strong. Yeah. Paige will, because she likes to get the car washed, and she'll she will never take down the old one.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
What
just
is that?
One after another.
Why do people
after
do
another.
that? She's not the only one who does
All
that.
of the mod.
Because then what do you do with it?
You throw it away.
But then you'd have to think about that. See?
What do you mean you have to think about that? You throw it out.
It's a thing.
Out the window when you're driving down the road. You just chuck it. What do
Don't
you
you dare do that.
What? I don't do it here. I do
There's
it back
a
in
Native
Jersey.
American man with a tear coming down because of you.
Native American man with a tear coming down.
You know he's Italian, right?
I know all the controversy.
And in that voice, you definitely have to cut that one.
Homer.
It is very much Marge-like.
It is.
I'm
Peter
trying.
Zach says, how many sound bites you getting from Beth tonight?
Guys, so can I tell you what I was doing?
If you can.
That I was in the car with Dad.
You're allowed to, but I don't know if you can.
So this morning, I went to...
And by the way, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry the picture is still frozen. But, you know, at least you can hear our beautiful voices.
I took Ezra to school and they had a parade for Halloween.
Yeah.
And when I got back to my car was dead. Something's wrong with my I need a new battery.
Right.
But I literally just got it inspected on Tuesday. Yes. So I have no idea. So I called Dad and I said, I have to deliver these monsters around town today. Can you come and drive me around? And he said, okay, because he's good like that.
What was Ezra?
That's the
for
story?
Halloween?
No, I'm going to
Cindy,
tell you more.
you interview her. I'm going to get the phone line set up. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm listening too, but
Okay. So Ezra is a Jurassic Park ranger.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
That's great.
Complete with.
Do you have a picture?
No.
No.
I don't. On here. Mark has it.
I'm a Jurassic Park ranger.
He told me that I'm a Stiggy Moloch, which apparently is a dinosaur.
You're a Stiggy Moloch.
Yeah. But I thought he said Stinky Moloch. So I was very confused. But anyway, so I went around with Dad to hand out these monsters. Do you see them?
I do.
There's a bunch of different ones. So what this is for is somehow, as you guys all know, I found myself on the board of Karma.
Yes.
And, which is the Gettysburg Area Retail Merchants Association. And they're in charge of First Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, we came up with this idea for this coming First Friday, which is tomorrow. So it's the day after Halloween, obviously. And that we were going to do a monster walk. So I had the 5th graders from Upper Adams School District make me almost 200 monsters. And we passed them out to the businesses that are members of Garma.
Oh,
So-
to the businesses. Okay, so what?
all right. Thank you for stalling for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just kidding.
So what do they do?
teasing.
So they go around, kids can go around, and some of the stores are going to hide them. Some of their stores, restaurants, businesses, or that you come in and they'll hand them to you. And then you take a picture of yourself and tag that business and tag Garma on Facebook. And then you'll be entered to win a prize. So this is our November 1st Friday, but it's because it's the closest to Halloween.
So where do people find out about that?
On the Garma's website or their Facebook page.
I don't.
No.
Is it the Monster Mayhem?
Monster Mayhem.
It's called Monster Mayhem. Friday, November 1st, First Friday. Visit Garma members during regular business hours. Stop, shop, get a monster. Take a picture with your monster. Hashtag Garma on Facebook and be entered to win a prize.
But a special shout out to the 5th graders at Upper Adams for making all these monsters.
Yes, very good, Upper Adams 5th graders.
They're really cute. Like, look at.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a little clay cat.
A cat pumpkin, but it even has the little Hello Kitty
ears.
bow.
Okay.
This is a snake.
Ooh, I could tell.
And then this one is a cloud thing.
I'm gonna
I think that's
it's
a
not
dinosaur.
A cloud. Okay.
It's like a wait. Let me see.
Clouds aren't very scary.
No, that's a cat, or that's a 4-eyed cat,
I thought. Let me see.
or a 2-nosed cat. Wait, what's on the back there? It looks like a face.
I think it's a pig with
a bow.
A bow. Yeah.
A pig with a bow. Yeah, it is. It is a pig with a bow. There you go. Wow. I'm sure the people, the people watching at home now are very upset that the
they can't see the
picture
pig with
is
the bow.
frozen.
Yeah.
So wait, now hold on. Did we lose the feed? Because I see it's acting funny, and I don't know why. I am really over everything. The world. I'm over the world.
Let's go to eat.
Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
Now, do we have news tonight, girls?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some news. But before we do the news, I'd like to read you another letter that we got from our friend Kathy Hoffman.
This is going to be a great commercial.
This is a letter.
No, I mean when we do the news.
Oh, you mean the when you do the headlines. Mr. Matt, happy to hear you're finally in your new house and you and Cindy can take your time to make it your own home. And hope you get your wood stove working for the cold weather. It's being installed on Tuesday. Very excited. Anything you want to burn, bring it over.
Did you take the thing down?
The stage?
No, yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh my God, you need to take pictures of that.
Yeah, I know. Well, because the problem is the flooring. He didn't floor underneath it.
Yeah.
So, and it's a whole other thing. Okay, your wood stove for the cold weather. Does Major have a yard to play in? Yes, she does.
Quite the yard.
We have to get it fenced in, though, because she's in
deer.
So Major is in wildlife heaven up there because there's the scent of every wild animal that ever roamed across our property. You take her out to pee or poo, she spends all of her time just getting on a trail and the track of an animal,
And then
usually
God
a deer.
forbid a cat pops out.
And then God forbid if a cat pops out.
Did you find the cat?
Well, we think it's back or it never left.
I just had to prop open the thing again because
I don't know. I think I'm just going to send Major down there to kill the cat. All right, and then she says she'll have to make it her home too, and I'm sure you and Cindy will help her do that. Absolutely. The reason I hung up when I called into your show 2 weeks ago was because my dog took my TV remote when I was on the phone calling in. If I have anything laying on my table next to my chair, she takes it and hides it.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, I hope you can answer my question about the circle in town. In what year they started calling the square the circle? I look for your morning drives or on YouTube, and I miss them. Tell the gang that at Addressing Gettysburg, I said hello to all of them. Until next time, congratulations on your new home, and the new fun begins. And now the fun begins, hoping you can answer. Okay, so here, Mike and Beth, tell me, and Debbie, tell me if you know. So my thing is, they didn't start calling it the circle until they made a traffic circle. When it was just a square, it was a square. And in the olden days, it was the diamond. I would imagine the diamond and the square were probably used interchangeably for a good amount of time. Maybe it was the diamond for the longest time and then the square, but the diamond, and they kind of overlapped a bit. But once the traffic circle came in...
Did you just run into your microphone?
No, I moved into my microphone. But once the traffic... Oh, God. But once the traffic circle came in, now we refer to it as a circle. because it is more obviously a circle than a square, because in order to see the squareness of it, you'd have to look at it from above.
Wow.
But we can easily see that it's a circle because we drive through it. That is my theory. Cindy, did you Google it?
I did. And so here's what the overview says. It says Gettysburg never actually called the diamond a circle, but rather the central intersection in downtown Gettysburg, now known as Lincoln Square, was historically referred to as the diamond during the time of the Battle of Gettysburg. And today it is a circular area, meaning the name change happened after the battle, with the diamond now only being called the circle in modern times.
Okay, so this is about what it's officially known as.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the vernacular, the people call it the circle.
Yeah. I've read
or the square.
I've read newspaper articles like from probably like the 50s where they talk about like that they don't even have an official name for it. Like they'll say like up at the square, or as people used to refer to it as the diamond. Like even in the newspaper, it doesn't
Why
even
don't they
have.
just call it Lincoln Square, which is what it's called?
Well, I think now it's official, but you're saying at the time of those papers, they didn't have an official name. Peter Zach says, was the circle square, was it ever a green? No, because it was a wide open square. And before the days of automobiles, you kind of just came in and went where you had to go. And, you know, but
Wasn't the
going
original courthouse in the middle, though?
Yes, the original. So it was, no, that's a good point. So there was a circle because you had to go around the courthouse.
Mm.
So where that island is with the flag, that's where the courthouse originally was. But again, they called it the diamond, which is also weird to me because in order for you to look like a diamond from above, you'd have to look at it like from a southeast to northwest angle. Because if you look at it north and south, it's a square.
Why did we wait to talk about this until after Charlie left?
We should have. I should have. I forgot that was her question, and now I feel. So how about this? We say this, Kathy. We don't know. There's no answer that we can find that's definite, unless Mike 6 Questions Lens knows, or Debbie. They're in the Wall Street Journal, after all, so they're clearly smarter than we are. Michael, Debbie.
I got nothing.
Debbie's got nothing. Michael?
As Gary Edelman would call it, that's local crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you don't care.
Well,
We need a Tim Smith.
We need a Tim Smith here.
Somebody who cares.
Yes.
All right.
And
I
knows
can-
way more than we do about town.
I can look it up in the newspapers.
Well, Lincoln Square was named in 1968.
Lincoln Square was named in 1968. Okay. But I thought it's Times Square now.
What?
I don't know where I got that from.
Yeah, you made that one up.
That's in New York City.
What? Oh. Well, silly me. Silly me. All right. You know what we're going to do?
The news.
That's the wrong one. It's the wrong bank, guys. What are we going to do?
The news.
And now, all the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Bethany Yingling, with current events and sidewalk conditions.
Local businessman hopes to bring All-Star Sports and Events Complex back to its former glory.
New Gettysburg Area Recreation Authority Director hopes to bring soccer back to the rec park.
Gettysburg Borough looks to balance budget, and you know what that means. A tax hike is possible.
Cross Keys Warehouse hearing, and I can't even talk.
In Hamilton, Van Township was continued yet again.
There's no time.
Wow. You wanna-
Crease where?
Let's try that again, girls.
No.
All the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Bethany Yingling, with current events and sidewalk conditions.
Local businessman hopes to bring All-Star Sports and I can't.
New Gettysburg Area Recreation Authority Director hopes to bring soccer club back to the rec park.
Gettysburg Borough looks to balance budget, and you know what that means. Tax hike is possible.
Cross Keys Warehouse hearing in Hamilton Bantam Township has been continued yet again. This and more on the news.
See, it's not as easy as you think it is it?
No, it is.
Shut up.
Just as a reminder, don't forget to turn your clocks back from sunshine and happiness to total darkness.
Yeah, now we go into 6 months of pure hell.
All right. So, local businessman Brian Smith is in the news again.
Now, we know Brian Smith. We had him on because he owns the Barn Resort.
Barn Resort.
Where we're having our Christ Mass party on December 7th, 1941.
Yeah. So he is hoping to transform the All-Star Sports and Events Complex to the hub of activity in the community that it once was. He took over as the owner of the All-Star Sports and Events Complex in midsummer and has been working to restore the property. He also owns the nearby Barn Resort, farmhouse restaurant located in the former Boyd's Bear site. I grew up half a mile down the road, Smith said. I used to be a customer here and just had good memories and nostalgia about it. Smith plans to have go-karts, a snack shack, and an arcade open at All-Star by this spring. Keeping the same name, Smith said the previous business model was a good model and he hopes to get that back. It was sad to see it was sad to see it hasn't been upkept as well as it should and was underutilized for its potential. While investing in the area, he saw a need. All-Star closed for daily operation during the pandemic and did not reopen, he said. People have missed it being in operation. A lot of people said that with a property like this, whether on the sports side or for family amusement. I'm struggling with this today,
you're having a hard time.
Yeah. The property is currently used as an event venue. They do have a lot of event space, both for different types of events. But he also said that they used to have sports tournaments there and everything.
There used to be like a virtual reality ride in there too.
Oh, really?
That was like you would sit in and it would.
Oh, really?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so he, 20 years ago, he's trying to bring it back, a mix of family amusement, sports, and activities venue. It was a popular place in the past for team sporting events and tournaments. He has learned of community members traveling to other towns due to lack of fields and indoor sports space, which is very true.
That's true, yeah.
If you could have indoor sports space, it brings people.
Steve Mark.
So they are trying to fulfill that need. So those interested in using the property for sports teams, regular events, or parties, you can visit allstarpa.com or call 717-334-6363 for more information or to make reservations. Wow. I know they are also holding on to existing reservations. They took on all of the events that were already booked there. So they have those, but they are looking to book a lot more. So
I thought the All-Star was owned by Eisenhower.
Well, it was.
It was. And then it wasn't.
And then it was.
And now it's not.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it was too late.
So you don't have the, I mean, I can give you.
I have got nothing.
All right. I can.
It's probably best if you do it anyway.
Just try one.
So we're doing a Monster Mayhem walk?
Yeah.
Debbie, I need chocolate.
Yes.
Nice.
So the Gettysburg Area Recreation Authority's new executive director introduced himself to Cumberland Township supervisors recently and shared some of his plans. We talked about him. His name is Al Moyer. He was named, I don't know, it was a few weeks ago.
It's open.
Yes,
Careful.
it is open.
Yeah, you might as well
he was
hold that.
selected from more than 20 applicants by the Gara board. He's a retired public school educator, administrator, collegiate professor, and administrator, and a current member of the Gettysburg Area School District Board, avid tennis player, father and grandfather. He and his family have been regular users of the park. So it just goes on to say that he's trying to bring things back. So the contracts for the softball program and the youth football, for the youth football program and the baseball leagues have expired. So they're currently in negotiations with that, as well as a cheerleading program. So trying to bring all of that to the rec park. They're also looking at a girls softball program.
Why would you want to be a cheerleader,
And
Steve?
they're in talks with the board of the club soccer program. It's very preliminary, but he's hoping to bring that back because he believes that they have the capacity to host soccer at the rec park again, noting that soccer, unlike baseball and football, attracts as many boys as it does girls, which is very true. One possible new partner could be Adams County Technical Institute. After talking with school representatives, they seem to be very open with helping them with some of their facility needs. They need new roofs and things like that. If you did want to get in touch with him to help in any way, he can be reached at info@gettysburgrecpark.org, 717-334-2028, or amoyer@mcdaniel.edu. So feel free to reach out to him if you had any way that you would like to pitch in and help. I'm sure that they could use it and would be grateful.
Very nice.
You haven't read it at all, but if you want. So it's you have to scroll. You have to scroll through up to that. So stop when you get to that one.
That's the whole
This show sucks.
Yes, but you're just gonna have to. Wow,
The whole night just sucks.
that was uncalled
We got off
for.
to a bad start. We have no flow. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna have fun with it.
Okay. After more 4 hours
Yeah,
of
that's not
testimony,
right. More than 4 hours.
the fate of a proposed warehouse complex at Cross Keys remains undecided, with Hamilton Town. I thought it was Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Ban.
It's not Hamilton Ban?
No, it says Hamilton.
I apologize.
Township.
I wrote that
Oh,
wrong.
nuts.
Yep.
Zoning Hearing Board continuing proceedings until November 7th. So it was the last Monday night's meeting was the 7th in a series of lengthy meetings that have yet to yield a final decision on the project. The development proposed by, I'm assuming they call themselves something, but it's NOBPA LLC of Radnor, PA, has drawn widespread opposition from local residents concerned about traffic safety and property values. So that's one of the things about Cross Keys in of itself. There are constantly accidents there.
I don't know where that is. So that
when you're going out 30 East, you suddenly hit a big intersection where there's Sheets and the Brethren Community Home. And then there's an abandoned restaurant. There was a Cross Keys restaurant there at the corner too. But this LLC sought approval to construct 2 large warehouses totaling nearly 725,000 square feet and 2 commercial buildings on a 183-acre site at the intersection. So it's the intersection, it's the intersection of 30 and PA Route 94.
Oh, okay.
That takes you down into Hanover.
Yeah.
From the outset, concerns about the impact on increased truck traffic at the already busy intersection dominated discussions, which, yes, as I mentioned, there are a ton of accidents there all the time.
Yes.
I just did something to your phone. The proposal has faced significant pushback from local property owners who cited potential. Yeah, we already said that. It's all the way back in August of 2023, the Zoning Hearing Board rejected the original plan, stating the developer had failed to demonstrate that the hardships necessary for zoning relief. So basically, there's that Myers Wood car. There was a car lot there. There was the restaurant and it was like a little mini hotel. There was the Cross Keys restaurant. Mm-hmm. All of those things are now abandoned.
Right.
For a long, long time, they were going to auction off the property. They auctioned off everything inside the restaurant. And this was when it first closed.
Right.
And then they were going to auction the property. And at first I had heard that there was going to be a royal farm going in there.
Oh, best chicken in the world.
But they changed that and it never actually got sold. So this is what the proposal was, were these warehouse buildings along there.
So what's causing the busyness and the accidents?
It's pronounced business.
It's because of it being at that intersection.
He keeps doing this.
Nobody at home can see it. You're going to have to watch tomorrow when I re-upload the show.
Is that bad?
Is it bad?
Is it a bad thing? Is that a bad gesture?
I don't think so. It's just funny. Even with the phone, you were doing it.
Right.
Okay.
No, but so it's just because it's two busy roads that intersect. So
and there's
Colby,
a lot of truck traffic on those roads.
Yes. Very bad.
And there's a sheets right
this
there
is just
that a
gonna
lot
put
of
even more on it. So that's what they're saying.
That's the worst intersection.
Yeah.
Well,
by that
so they
Sheetz.
want to put two big warehouses there, which is going to cause even more truck traffic. So I'm sure that's why people are against it.
Colby, he's watching, and he sent me audio of when he stopped by Bethany's house before. Let's take a listen.
Daniel, hi.
Could you make me a woman?
Honey, I'm so happy.
I knew you'd understand.
What is that from?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
Daniel, hi.
Is this when I start singing, matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match?
If you
Hide
can.
me a fine.
If you
Catch me a catch.
Sorry, it's a work in progress, and you're my brother. I will never let you be embarrassed. God bless.
That guy is also in Money Pit.
Is he?
Yeah.
They play the...
Nobody ever knows the Money Pit when I say the Money Pit.
It's one of my favorite
it's
movies
one of my
of all
favorites
time.
too. I can
How do you not know
it.
the Money Pit?
I don't know.
I never saw the Money Pit, and I remember the Money Pit.
Okay, well,
I mean, the ads were all-
Watch that now that you're homeowners.
Yeah,
there's so many people
I'm
that
afraid to.
have not watched the Money Pit. I guess I'll put it that way. And you always said that too. I can recite that movie from beginning to end.
I love it.
I've watched it
When
so
we
many
bought our
times.
house, that we sat down that
That's
night
not a
and
good thing
watched
to
it.
watch the day that you buy it.
No, I'm not going to watch that anytime soon. No.
Traffic volumes.
Daniel, hi.
I don't know why you called him Daniel. His name is Colby. All right, go ahead.
I forget people's names all the time.
By the way, if you want to call in and wish Bethany well, 717-420-1978. Go ahead.
That's it, really. I can't.
That's all I got.
I can't talk anymore.
All right, you're forgiven.
All right. So Borough's looking to balance the budget, which means a possible tax hike, with Gettysburg's projected 2025 deficit down $553,000. Council President Matt Moon offered members two paths to a balanced budget. As it has for the last 4 years, balancing the budget has come down to the American Rescue Plan Act, which I mentioned last week on the news. The first of Moon's two options would cover the deficit by splitting the borough's remaining $702,000 in ARPA funds between 2025 and 26 and raising property tax by about $0.4 million each year. That path would still leave the borough's long-term structural deficit, which would probably have to be offset with a tax increase of about $0.6 million in 2027. Option two, Moon's so-called kick the can down the road strategy, would cover the entire 2025 deficit with ARPA money, so no tax increase would be needed. The remaining $150,000 in ARPA funds would not be enough to cover all of 2026 deficit, so a tax increase of about $0.6 million would be necessary, probably followed by an additional $0.7 or $0.8 in 2027. FYI, a mill equals $1 of tax for every $1,000 of a property's assessed value. So if you're talking 0.4, it's like almost half. It's like 50 cents on the dollar. I think it's easier to phase those millage increases. A little bit now, a little bit next year, a little bit more the third year. Thoughts? Patricia Larson shared her view. To all of a sudden hit taxpayers with a larger increase would be hard for some families.
They don't care.
Some people want to see a more thorough presentation of the various scenarios, which Borough Manager Charles Gable agreed to provide. No other members offered feedback, bringing the discussion to a close. I think we have a plan for next week, and I'm feeling pretty good that we'll wrap it up by Monday. Council will continue budget talks on Monday, November 4th at 7 p.m. with a possibility open for a second meeting if needed. So basically, they're just going to decide, do we increase by 0.4 or by 0.6 next year?
So you're getting an increase.
Decision. Well, no. The one option would be no increase this year, but next year double your increase.
Oh, there you go.
Basically, so
Double
same.
your fun.
Unless you want people to leave, in between. But so that's what they're looking to do. Your property taxes are going to go up in the next 3 years for sure. It's just depending on how much per year.
All right. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
I live in Littlestown School District for a reason.
Right. Well, yeah. I don't blame you. It seems to me that the story of the Gettysburg borough and district is we have to raise your taxes because some lame excuse, but the real answer when you dig is they can't manage the money well. And then they raise it. And then it's like, oh, no, look at this. They can't manage the money well again. And it's a whole new crop of people. And I don't know. Hey, by the way, there's still that whole thing. There's that petition that we put on our Facebook page. Chris Gwynn shared it. Of course, I said this last week. It's closing the barn door after the horse gets out. It seems like it's a done deal, but at least we can get our names down to let everybody know. And you know what? I'm sorry. It seemed like it was a done deal when the casino was coming here. Twice, 3 times or whatever, and people defeated it.
A lady.
Huh?
Twice, 3 times.
A lady, yeah. And people defeated it because people got loud and they got unbearably annoying and they lied. So, let's get some lying going on here. Let's get some misrepresenting going on so that we can defeat, at least in the court of public opinion, this developer and the people in our borough who have sold us down the river.
They're going to do a study. Did Chris tell you that? The balloon study?
Yeah, he mentioned something about it. But I'm going to have people on who are more well-versed or better versed in this than I am. And they're going to, we're going to talk about it. And in all fairness, anyone from the borough can come on and talk about it too.
The foundation actually is putting out a statement.
Good, they should. And
we're not
will the
taking
Park
any
Service?
sides, but we're letting people know about it.
Okay, good. Thank you, because you guys have a wider reach. Is the Park Service saying anything?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, good. What's next?
Well, I just thought that this was interesting, that there's a waltz of a 19th century composer, Chopin.
Chopin.
No, you say it Chopin.
Oh.
I looked it up specifically because I did not know and I didn't want to pronounce it incorrectly. It is Chopin.
Stephen Stinking Foster. Oh, no, this is a nocturne. Frederick effing Chopin.
Chopin, yes.
Yes.
The waltz, written on a paper the size of an index card, was likely intended as a gift for someone's autograph album. For the first time in more than 90 years, a previously unknown waltz by a renowned 19th century composer has been uncovered. They said that it is...
Actually, I think this is it, actually, on YouTube. I found it. It's brand new, right?
Oh, boy.
I think it was for a child that he wrote it.
Sounds like something on a carousel.
Yeah, well.
It says it features 24 noted measures that Chopin asked a pianist to repeat once in its entirety. It is only about 1 minute in length.
Yep, that's this.
The beginning of the piece is moody and culminates in a loud outburst before a melancholy melody begins. Interestingly, none of Chopin's waltzes start that way.
Something's going on, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the part where it gets to the melancholy melody.
Oh, boy.
All right, what else?
Okay, well, we're on to events.
All right, events.
I'm on to events. Do you have...
There's a Monster Mayhem thing going on tomorrow.
There's a Monster Mayhem thing, yep.
For First Friday.
So the Adams County Community Foundation Giving Spree is coming up very quickly on the 7th. So that's next Thursday, correct?
Correct.
Next Thursday from 12 a.m. to 11:45 p.m. So the Giving Spree is back. Online giving from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Curbside drop off from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. in Gettysburg, Biglerville, East Berlin, Littlestown, and New Oxford. Mail in through November 7th. Details at www.accfgivingspree.org. The donor hotline, if you would like to donate to any of the nonprofits, 717-337-0060. I do know that also at the library, weren't they doing little presentations and the Giving Spree? Well, I know they live ones, yes, but they also recorded them and they've been putting those videos up on Facebook. I've seen quite a few of them, and I want to say that they publish them on the library's Facebook page. Does the Giving Spree have its own Facebook page that they also? Yeah. So check those out. You could also, I'm sure, see the list of all of and their numbers, because every nonprofit has a number.
Also, tomorrow night is 24 Hours of Hell on the Seminary at Seminary Ridge. And our buddies Pat McGuire and Matt Borders are doing a live recording of one of their shows with Cody Aish. I believe it's at 6:30. So we'll be there. When I say we'll, I mean you and me, unless you don't. Because, it's 6:30. Because you might be coming. Okay. And then, so come by, see them do their show. I think it's their first. No, I don't think. No, I know it's their first live show here. So come on out and see them. And of course,
they're going to do an illumination out on the ridge too.
Pat and Matt.
Well,
the seminary. Yeah, which is really nice. I've seen that before. All right, what else?
And then for those who are not taking the guide exam, but are going to be in town to come to our Christmas party.
December 7th.
December 7th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There is a holiday pop-up market. It's the holiday pop-up for 2024. It is an event by Adams County Farmers Market and the Gettysburg Rec Park.
Sorry, I hit the wrong one.
That's okay. The Adams County Farmers Market is excited to be hosting our holiday pop-up market once again in conjunction with a Gettysburg Christmas Festival. This pop-up market event is meant to bring the farmers market vendors together with local artisans and creators to foster a fantastic shopping experience that helps get everyone in the spirit of the season. It's an outdoor event, just like most of the Christmas festival events, which that, of course, is going on the entire weekend. So the 6th, 7th, and 8th, right? 6th, 7th, and 8th? Yes. She's nodding her head yes. This outdoor event will be held rain or shine, except in the event of severe weather. If you're interested in signing up as a vendor for this, simply fill out the form using the below link. There is an event on Facebook under the Adams County Farmers Market. So check out that link if you want to. It's a long one, so I'm not going to read it to you.
Good. Find it. You'll find. Just Google it.
Yeah.
Tell them to Google it. Okay, Google it. All right, what else you got?
Today's Halloween.
It is Halloween, and you know this is appropriate that your voice is so spooky.
It is All Saints Day.
Yes, God bless you.
And then All Souls Day.
And then Thanksgiving later on in the month.
Yum.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you take Ezra trick-or-treating, or did you already do that?
So, Mark might be doing it right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, so you actually take them out trick-or-treating, you don't do the trunk-or-treat thing? What is that?
Trick-or-treating.
What is trunk-or-treat?
We're trying to make a more safe environment.
Everybody will get, and here's the other thing.
How unsafe are they going out with their parents?
Right, but here's how I look at it.
Go ahead.
It's not necessarily that. I think it's because not everybody participates in the giving out of candy. And so you have people, like you might have sporadic houses throughout a neighborhood.
So you can go through a whole neighborhood and no one will be giving out candy. And then
maybe like two, and you're like, all of this for nothing. And so they put everybody in one place and they give candy out from their trunk. So the kids can just go to that one place with their parents.
So theoretically, there are kids coming to our house right now not getting anything.
Right.
Well, good. Welcome to the neighborhood.
But there's a lot of people that are like, they don't live in a neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but they do this even in the suburbs where it's all neighborhoods, and I never understood that.
But the point is to bring people in from outside.
Right. I was going. What was it? Maybe Monday or Tuesday. I was driving into work, and I'm on the Fairfield Road, and there was one at. I guess it's the municipal. I don't even know what building it is. I think it's a municipal building out there, and there was people walking around with costumes and trunks open and a cop standing there. And, I said, how boring is that? It used to be fun going trick-or-treat, but you know what? It's a good point. If people aren't putting out candy.
No, there's
and
not
I guess,
a lot. And that's why a lot of places too, like, parents will now drive their kids outside of their own neighborhoods to go to a different neighborhood that they know that there's more people who give out candy. And so, it just gives them another alternative just to be on the safe side. The library has something going on all day today, which is pretty cool. So you can trick or treat around the library and go get candy.
Now, I live in a townhouse neighborhood. It would be like prime real estate for trick or treating.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Nobody gives it out?
Nobody does.
One.
People,
I was the only one of 3 people that put their lights on.
When I lived in town, I never did it. I always turned my lights off. I never had candy. And I was like, why? Why am I such a curmudgeonly old man?
Have you met yourself?
Have I met myself?
Yeah.
I'm very friendly.
Surprise me at all.
Very friendly to the youngsters.
You are.
Did a lot of people
like doing stuff like that? That's just not.
No, I don't. No, I don't want to have to keep going to the door.
Did a lot of people come around your neighborhood? Well,
no, because it's all college kids, right?
So that's the thing too, is that I once tried to do that. I was like, my kids are too old. We're going to sit on the porch and we're going to hand out candy. 5 kids the whole night. You're like, I just bought this big bowl of candy for nothing.
Yeah.
We've had in Clarion. There were years where we had over 300 kids.
Wow.
Come by.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was how long ago?
I'm from Clarion. 20 years ago.
Yeah, and that's when it was big. Like, people used to do that. It was the thing to do. And it also was always on the 31st.
Yeah.
And now
nobody knows when it is anymore.
No, they publish all different dates.
Yeah, when they started, why did they do, like, every town has a different Halloween? Why can't you just have, I don't understand what the problem with Halloween was, that it had to change.
I live right outside, like property line right outside of Bonneville Borough.
Right.
So, but I'm technically in Mount Pleasant Township.
Yeah.
Last year, Mount Pleasant Township and Bonneville Borough had separate days. So, like, half the people were coming to our neighborhood thinking it was trick-or-treat, but no one had their lights on because we're in the township. So it was like, it was way too confusing.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I know when in Camp Hill, what they would do is it's like if it fell, I don't know. I don't remember exactly. If it fell like on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it would be that Friday or Saturday. And then, so it was always a fluid date. Yeah. Anyway,
all right. Well, what else you got there?
I don't have anything else.
Oh, very interesting.
There's a Monster Mayhem walk tomorrow for First Friday. I'm not going to go through this voice for nothing. You guys better freaking come out and get these gosh darn monsters.
Let's get you on tape saying something with that voice that we could use for maybe next Halloween or something. Like, maybe can we get you to say, "Welcome, children."
Just talk normally.
Yeah.
Welcome, children.
Yeah. Okay. That's one. What else? Something scary. Mikey, you got something back there?
No.
I'll get you my.
I love how there's like a long delay.
And your little dog too.
Say, get your dog off my lawn.
Get your dog off my lawn.
Yeah, I like that. Say, your sister is smarter than you. Say it.
Your sister is smarter than you.
Right. Say, you'll never find anyone to marry you with that attitude.
You'll never find anyone to marry you with that attitude.
Okay. What else? Anything? I'm trying to think of things people have always said to me.
Oh my God. You have absolutely no artistic talent and you'll get nowhere in life. That's what my 6th grade art teacher told me.
Oh, because I was going to say, Mom?
No.
What?
Don't come from your mom like that. Come on.
Poor Mama Calorie.
I know.
Calorie deserves.
She didn't say that.
Your
a lot.
mom
She didn't say
loves
that
you.
often.
She loves you.
Of course. Hey, listen.
Are we actually getting out of here?
We're going to get out of here at a decent time because, like I said, we just, there's 3 versions of the first third of this show. The first segment of this show has 3
the third
versions.
One went, all right, happy Halloween.
Yeah.
What are you?
By that point, I was over it. All the energy was sucked out of the room. Oh, no. What's happened? My throat's closing up, too. What is... It's off. I can smell it on you. We gotta go. Oh, no, I lost my intro. What the hell? I can't do it, guys. No, I'm just kidding. That was weird, though, wasn't it? Because it's kind of scary.
The problem is I'm having trouble catching my breath.
Are you really?
Yeah.
See, your throat is closing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Benadryl's not helping, huh?
Well, not yet anyway.
Not yet anyway. You took it 2 hours ago. Oh, all right. Well, we're going to go take Bethany to get some adrenaline. And in the meantime, sorry for the dud of the show and the technical problems. We'll see you guys next week.
AG Today's opening theme is written and performed by Colin Southfield and the Mushroom Country Band. Bumper music is arranged and performed by Billy Webster and sometimes Kevin McLeod. AG Today is produced by Matt Calorie, Bethany Yingling, Debbie Jones, and Sydney Compton. Engineered by Colby Sumner and maybe sometimes someone else. Guest accommodations are provided by the guests themselves. We'll need a couple thousand patrons to be able to put people up in hotels. Speaking of patrons, maybe you'd like to become one. You'll find plenty of perks over there, not to mention hundreds of episodes that will help you further your Gettysburg and Civil War education. Go to Patreon.com/Addressing Gettysburg. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg. Thanks for listening.
Eric, be quiet! Eric, be quiet!
Veronica had a very funny joke today.
Why would you want to be a cheerleader, Steve Martin?
This concludes our broadcast day.
America's dead.
I'm beginning to see why your wife left you.
Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill.